Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betcraft. Okay, today is another very beautiful Saturday morning, and once again, we've come with our predictions. As usual, we take a look at some of the games that are going on across the globe and make our in-depth analysis of these games before bringing it forward for you. All right. Looking at yesterday's performances, we had quite a very good outing yesterday, saying that 5 games out of the 6 games that we predicted actually came out on point, and it means that one ticket was actually very good, and the other one was just missing out one. That was the Olympic Marseille game. We saw them losing out to Auxerre. That yesterday. That was very, very unexpected, but it does happen in football. All right, today we'll come again with these predictions, and we'll be looking at this match in a very short while. But I want to use this opportunity to ask the person who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe to kindly take out time to hit the subscription button right now so you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will always show up on this very channel on a daily basis. All right, we always got you. Do not miss out. All right. Okay, that being said, let's head to the business of today. And today we'll be starting with the very first ticket, and it is containing 3 games as usual. And the first game there is actually in Bundesliga match. We'll have St. Pauli who will be facing Bayern Munich. All right, when you look at recent games on both sides, you can see that St. Pauli in the last 6 have actually lost 4 games out of the last 6 matches that they had. They've also had 1 draw and 1 win out of the last 6 matches that they had. Also, Bayern Munich, on the other hand, the Bundesliga Giants, all right, they've actually had 5 victories in the last 6 matches, and also losing 1 game out of the last 6 games that they had in recent games. All right, taking a look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you could see that St. Pauli, the home side, have actually been able to achieve 5 victories in the last 10 home matches that they had, because they're playing from home, but they've actually won 5 games, 50% of the home matches. All right, and they've had 2 draws as well as 3 losses in the last 10 home games that they had so far. And away side, Bayern Munich, on the other hand, have won 7 matches in the past 10 away games, losing 2 and also drawing 1 in the last 10 games that they played from away so far. All right, that tells you a lot about this, Bundesliga giant. They're doing very well at the moment. And the last time they met on head-to-head, it was Bayern Munich that actually destroyed this very St. Pauli side. That was in 2011 by 8 goals to 1. And this very game, we actually expect to see the away side winning out shortly. That's all for that very account. Away to win. That's what we expect. Okay, and that takes us to the next for the first ticket. Second game that we have for you there is in Holland, where we have NAC Breda who will be facing PSV, and Breda have actually won 3 matches in the last 6 matches that they had. They've also had 2 losses. Sorry, they have lost 2 games and they've won 4 matches in the last 6 matches that they have so far. And PSV, on the other hand, have won 4 games, drawn 1, but have lost 1 the last 4 matches. All right, looking at how they fared from home and away perspective, Breda, the home side, have won 5 games in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. They've actually lost 4 out of those, and they've had 1 draw as well in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. And as a matter of fact, the last 3 home matches that they had have seen them winning all 3 home matches. That to tell you that they're actually in fine form at the moment. And the way side, PSV, as we know, a very strong side in the, in the Dutch league, and we know that they've actually won 6 games in the past 10 away matches that they had. They've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses. And as a matter of fact, the last away match that they had was against the Ajax, and we saw them losing out that match to Ajax by 3 goals to 2. And in this very one, we know that they're looking to make amends for that very loss. And the last time both teams met actually was in 2 years ago. And on that occasion, PSV won from home by 4 goals to 0. All right. In this very one, PSV will be looking to make amends for the lost grounds against Ajax in this very encounter, and it's actually the away side is expected to win outright in this very game. So away win. That's our verdict once again. All right, that takes us to the next for today, and it is okay. The next game for today, it is in in the Norwegian League, where we have Brand who will be up against Lrom. All right. And looking at Brand, recent matches for Brand, I've seen Brand winning all 6 games that they've had in recent times. And also Lillestrøm, on the other hand, have lost 5 games out of the last 6 matches, but have won just 1 game in the last 6 games that they had so far. Brand have, looking at how they fared from home and away perspective, Brand have won 7 games in the last 10 home matches that they had. They've also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 10 home matches that they had so far. And Lillestrøm, on the other hand, away side, have actually won 2 matches out of the last 10 away games, but have lost 8 games out of those. As a matter of fact, the last 7 away matches that they played so far, I've seen them losing all 7. That tells you that this is not the best side, playing from away. So in this very encounter, we expect much on the home side, seeing that the last time both teams met, it was May, and Brann on the other occasion, was able to defeat Leverkusen from away by 2 goals to 0. And prior to that, we saw Brann also beating them in October last year by 2 goals to 0. And in this very one, we definitely expect to see the home side Brann achieving a victory against this side in this very encounter. It is a win. That's what we expect, okay? And that concludes the games for the first ticket. And we head on to the second ticket of the day. And it is starting with the very first match. It is in Serie A, where we have Cagliari, who will be facing AC Milan. Okay, looking at Cagliari recent games, they've actually won 2 games in the last 6 matches that they had. They've also had 1 draw, but have lost 3 matches out of those 6 matches that they had in recent times. And away side, AC Milan, I've actually seen them, winning 4 games out of the last 6, but have lost 2 out of those. We also saw them winning that match against Real Madrid from away, and they did so well on that very occasion, beating the Giants, the Spanish Giants, by 3 goals to 1. All right, that was for them to do very well in this very encounter. And meanwhile, let's look at how they fared from home and away perspective. You could see that looking at Cagliari, they've actually won 4 games in the last 10 home matches that they had so far. They've also had 2 draws, but have lost 4 games in the last 10 matches that they had. And AC Milan, on the other hand, playing from away, have actually won only 3 matches in the last 10 away games that they had so far. They've also had 3 draws, and they've lost 4 games in the last 10 away games that they had so far. Coming from the last 2 away games that they had was against Monza and Real Madrid. We saw AC Milan winning those 2 matches. That tells you that AC Milan side is actually, picking up, good form in recent times. And when you look at how they fared on head-to-head basis, the last time both teams met was actually in May this year. We saw Milan beating Cagliari by 5 goals to 1. And also prior to that, we saw Milan also beating this very side in January this year by 4 goals to 1. Okay, and as a matter of fact, the last 5 head-to-head meetings for both sides have always seen Milan achieving victory on this very Cagliari side. So in this very encounter, we still expect Milan to rise to the occasion in this very one and achieve a result against this Cagliari side, and it is their way side to win out shortly. That's all ready for that very game. All right, that takes us to the next for the second ticket. Also in Italian Serie A, we'll have Juventus will be facing Torino. Okay, and looking at recent games on both sides, Juventus have won only 2 games in the last 6 matches, and they've also had 3 draws, but have lost 1. And Torino, on the other hand, have actually won 1 game, but have lost 5 matches in the last 6 recent games that they had. And taking a look at their performances from home and away perspective, Juventus side have actually won 4 games in the last 10 home matches, and they've also had 5 draws as well as 1 loss. All right, most of the matches have resulted to a draw this very season. And looking at their away side Torino, in the last 10 away games, they've won 4 games from away, and they've also had 2 draws, but have lost they've lost 4 games in the last 10 away games that they have so far. As a matter of fact, the last 3 away games saw them losing out all 3, and those 3 were against Roma, Cagliari, and Inter. We saw Torino losing on all those 3 away games, and that tells you that this is not the best side playing from away in recent time. And the last time both teams met, saw them playing out a 0-0 draw against Juventus. And the last time Juventus played from home was actually in October last year, and we saw Juventus beating Torino side by 2 goals to 0. And in this very encounter, we definitely expect Juventus to win outright in this very one. So it is a home win. That's what we expect in that very encounter. Okay, that takes us to the next, which are going to be the last, and it lasts for the second ticket and last for the day. It is in German Bundesliga, where we have Bochum will be facing Bayern Leverkusen. All right, Bochum have not won any single match in the last 6. The best they could muster was a draw, and have lost 5 games in the last 6 matches that they have so far. And Bayern Leverkusen have actually won 2 games. They've had 3 draws, but have lost 1 game in the last 6 matches. We saw them losing out, in the last, in the Champions League against Liverpool by losing heavily on that occasion, and they'll be looking to do something about that very bad result. And looking at how these 2 teams are fared from home and away perspective, you see that the home side Bochum have actually won 2 games in the last 10 home appearances, and they've actually managed to achieve 3 draws, but have lost 5 games in last 10 home appearances. And away side, on the other hand, Bayern Leverkusen, on the other hand, have actually won from away 4 games. They've also had 4 draws and 2 losses. All right, in the last 10 away games that they had so far. Those losses were against the Arsenal and also against Liverpool. And in this very one, also looking at how they fared the last time they met, it was in May this year. Also, Bayern Leverkusen beating this side comprehensively by 5-0. Prior to that, in December last year, we also saw Bayern Leverkusen achieving a victory against this very side by winning by 4-0 on that occasion. So in this very one, we definitely expect to see a good result for Bayern Leverkusen that way side, making amends for the bad result that they had during the midweek. So it is away side to win outrightly in this very game. That's all right for that very count. All right, that concludes our operations for you today on Betcraft. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes great today. Remember to also play responsibly. These are football games, all right? I always say tomorrow will come up again, and but until then, keep winning.